Would you say that you have your social media strategy absolutely nailed? Do you have a really solid plan of where you're going to post, when you're going to post, what kind of things you're going to post, and exactly on which platforms and how often and all that juicy stuff? Or would you say that you're like most people and you're kind of winging it and really wish the whole thing was a lot simpler? I think that's pretty normal. I think the obvious thing is that there are so many choices on social media, so many different rabbit holes that you can find yourself disappearing down for hours on end. But ironically, I think what happens is that people have a real habit of putting themselves under pressure, expecting too much, making things just too difficult on social media, and then either spending a lot of time that isn't really getting results, or just feeling like the whole thing is too much hassle and really not wanting to do it at all. So I wanted to share with you what I see as the biggest social media mistakes that people are making. And I'm actually going to split this over 2 weeks, 2 vlogs, because I couldn't squeeze it into one. So mistake number 1 is trying to be everywhere. There are so many platforms these days that you can choose from. Yes, we're supposed to be on LinkedIn, we're supposed to be on Facebook, we're supposed to have our own Facebook page, potentially post on our profile and have a group. We need to have our LinkedIn profile plus our LinkedIn company page. We should be on Instagram, on Pinterest, on Clubhouse, you name it. So many places. But unless you've got a marketer or a team of marketers probably that are going to help you, it's near impossible to be in all those places and to consistently post useful, valuable content that's going to actually resonate with your ideal client. So the first kind of tip for you, or how to avoid that mistake, is to get really specific about which are the right platforms for you. And you can look at that in 2 ways. You can look at that in terms of where do you think your client is or isn't, your target client. And you can also look at what is it that you really enjoy or really don't like. So if you think, for instance, that your clients are definitely likely to be on LinkedIn, but they're probably not on Instagram, then don't spend your time on Instagram. You're just wasting your time. Doesn't matter who else is there or what they're doing. Don't follow all that stuff. Just stick to doing your stuff in the right place, in the right way. And it may also be a case of looking at your own kind of skills and preferences. So LinkedIn tends to be much more text. Instagram is very visual, and Facebook's probably a mixture of the two. So if you're not a visual person at all and you hate the whole idea of that, don't be on Instagram. If you don't love writing and you feel like it's just not a strong point, then don't go to LinkedIn. Really focus on doing the right thing for you, the right thing for your clients in the right way. That's kind of howler number 1 and tip number 1. The mistake number 2 is constantly following the new big thing. So right now, Clubhouse is the new big thing, and over on Instagram, Reels is definitely the new big thing over there. And I'm absolutely fascinated by Clubhouse and by the notifications that I'm getting. And I'm not really on Clubhouse, but the notifications I'm getting are telling me that certain people are going live first thing in the morning, middle of the afternoon, and late at night, and that's 7 days a week. And I'm suddenly looking and thinking, wow, you are literally 24/7 in this new place, desperately following this new trend. And as I say, I'm not really on Clubhouse. And the reason for that is because I absolutely know I don't have the time for it. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the capacity, or right now the inclination. Lots of people are telling me that it would be a great platform for me, and I can totally see its potential. But I know I don't have the capacity. So I have parked it. I may join in a few months' time when I have more capacity. But this is the mistake that people make, is feeling they have to follow these trends. And all you do is just spread yourself too thin and deviate from your own plan. So don't stress about the brand new trends. Just stick to your plan, stick to your guns. And the third one is, I think I just did 4 instead of 3. Brilliant. And the third one is obsessing about perfection. And now, I've just proved my own point. Obsessing about perfection. I speak to so many people who say, I can't be on Instagram because my visuals aren't that great. I don't want to make video because I'm worried that I won't say the right thing. My accent's not right. I don't look great on camera. I'm going to stumble over my words. And people really hold themselves back because they believe everything has to be perfect. But if you think about people that you relate to on social media, it is very rarely people who are perfect. We actually tend to admire people who are natural, down to earth, a little bit rough around the edges, because they're really relatable. So don't panic about everything having to be perfect. Just get started, give it a try, find out what works, find out what you enjoy, find out what gets a response, and you will improve as you go along. So those are my first 3 social media cock-ups and how to avoid them. So tune in next week for 4 more. I should have done 3 there, shouldn't I? Tune in next week for 4 more, when I'm going to share some more classic mistakes that people make on social media.